one of my favorite vloggers is a guy named Beau. He's out of Florida. I think his channel's called Beau of the Fifth Element. Check him out. Very insightful, very wise, very intelligent. And he's really quite funny too, and that's one of the reasons that I like him. But one of his videos a few weeks back was talking about the use of violence, especially in our police departments, and how violence has become something that we rely on. But he is, I believe, he obviously is former military, and so he talks about some of the training that they used when he was in the service. And it got me thinking about a particular Bible verse that everybody knows. It's James chapter 1, verse 19 and 20, I believe it says, everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger. Good morning, everybody. My name is Ed Trevors. I'm an Anglican priest in the Diocese of Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island. I get to serve in the awesome town of Shelburne, Nova Scotia, in the wonderful parish of Christ Church, Shelburne, that sits on the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. And today I want to talk about time, distance, and cover. These were the terms that Beau used in his video. Time, distance, and cover. That if entering into a situation, a person is able to take regard of time, to make sure that there's distance between them and the barrier, the obstacle, the person that they're encountering, and to make sure that there's cover that they can use, then it greatly reduces the necessity for violence in that moment. Now, like many of you, Facebook is a pretty important communication tool in my life. I use it to check on my family. I use it to hear from my friends and my relatives. I use it to see what's going on in my community, to sort of get a heartbeat on how people in my community and in my surroundings are feeling. And what I'm noticing more and more, and this isn't a matter, this is a 2020 thing. This is not a 2020 thing. This is something that I've noticed for a couple of years now, that I think social media is providing people an opportunity to experience fake cover. So they think they can say whatever they want without any kind of backlash. That it's, instead of being a tool that keeps us at a safe distance, it actually feels like we're closer together than we truly are. And what I'm noticing is that people are becoming increasingly angry. We're becoming increasingly angry, and not only are we becoming increasingly angry, we're becoming faster on the draw with that anger, or faster on the draw in that anger. We are going from 0 to rage in a heartbeat. There's no pause, there's no stop and think, there's nothing like that. It's somebody says something and I'm going to jump down their throat. Somebody posts a picture and I'm going to tear them a new one. Somebody disagrees with me and I'm going to shame them and make sure the entire world sees that they're evil, that they're wrong. It's really, the word pandemic's being overused, I think, at the moment, but it is. Our anger and our response, our reaction to that anger, to me, is a huge concern. Social media is allowing us to become a very connected world. But it's also allowing us to tear people down that we barely know. It's allowing us to beat up on people that we've never met. It's allowing us to say things that are just plain hurtful. So the thing that I want to offer you is time, distance, and cover. We hear it from James. My brothers and sisters, everyone should be quick to listen. So when you enter into a situation, open your ears. Slow to speak. Don't share your opinion until you know what's going on. Get all the information. Understand the context. Understand who it is you're talking to. Understand where they come from. Understand how they see the world, the whole works. And slow to anger. Because if you jump into anger, well, you're not going to be doing anybody any good. You're not going to be doing the world very many favors. In psychology, when I'm working with others or in my own personal care, one of the things that I often ask for is to extend the period of time between the moment something happens and my response. And sometimes the moment something happens, my response is about a second away. And that's not a lot of, there's no room in there for me to think clearly. So if I can get to a place where I'm maybe 5, 10, 15 seconds, then in that space, I can give myself the time, I can give myself the distance, and I can give myself the cover. I can figure out what's going on. I can exhibit these qualities that James talks about where I'm quick to listen. Okay, let's figure out what's going on here. Slow to speak. I'm not going to share my opinion and draw somebody into it. And slow to anger. I want to extend that time between the moment something happens and the time between the moment something happens and my response as long as I possibly can to ensure that my response is appropriate, is adequate, it's effective, and it's constructive. And that's our goal. That's your goal. When you're dealing with people, in whether it's on social media or whether it's one-on-one in person, your goal should always, always, always be to leave the person you're engaged with a little bit stronger in the end. To build them up. That the time you have with them is considered a precious time. A time that you're able to offer them something. That perhaps it allows them to change direction. Perhaps it allows them to change the way they're seeing things. Perhaps it's affirmation. There is so much anger in the world out there right now. Some of it's absolutely justified. Most of it isn't. And I think most of it is the result that we are not listening enough. We are speaking way too much. And we are jumping into places of anger at the drop of a hat. When you enter into a situation, give yourself time. Make sure that there's a safe distance. And find a place where you can get behind some cover. And if you do that, violence is a lot less likely to ensue. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May you know the peace of being in God's presence. And may you be a constructive, validating source of life for the people that you encounter. Amen. Hey again, folks. We all know that lots of stuff's going on in the world. Lots of big things are going on in the world. So today, I want to encourage you, watch out for your brother and sister. Take care of them. Be there for your neighbor. Be there for your family. Be there for the stranger. Love everyone. Throw hate away. Throw fear away. Throw jealousy away. Be one together. Amen.